the joke. So Johnny, he's completely average for most things. And, you know, average looking, average height.
Easy 198, Erica?
Didn't have like a lot of money, but you know, he's doing all right. And that was good enough for Johnny. And there was one thing that kind of made Johnny exceptional. Johnny was infatuated with his neighbor. Oh, if you could see Suzie, you would be too. She was absolutely stunning and the nicest gal. They grew up together, same exact age, actually born in the same month. And the thing is, they were always friends. Their moms were best friends, so they always went on play dates as kids, and they just kept good relations this whole time, and there'd been nothing between them, nothing at all, just Johnny and Suzie being good friends until high school came around. You know, they both kind of dated, but nothing ever actually worked out. Senior year, though. Senior year, prom comes around. Oh my God. Now he knew that due to how sweet Suzie was, and how passionate she was, and how nice she was, and how beautiful she was, there would be a long line of fellas waiting to ask Suzie to the prom. And this is, you know, him putting his heart on his sleeve. It's his good friend, and he doesn't know how it's going to go down, but he knows other guys have asked and asked and asked, and so far, she hadn't shared the good news about going with somebody else. So, after waiting through the line of guys that asked, he gives it his shot, and he says, Suzie, would you do me the great honor of going to prom with me? And her eyes start to water. She leaps into his arms and hugs him. Yes, Johnny, yes! She's so happy. You guys, she was waiting for Johnny. It was worth the line of guys. Oh my God, this is it. And you know what? Johnny had been he'd been thinking, I'll save some money for a car or prom if Suzie goes with me. And so he had a little bit of a nest egg here, and it's time to use it. He'd been waiting and waiting and waiting. It's time. He goes to the limo rental place, because that's the first thing you want to lock down. Prom coming up, you got to make sure that's tight. So he goes to the limo rental place. The line is already out the door, you guys. It's a huge line, and he's waiting in line, and he waits and he waits and he waits, and he gets to the counter, and he gets the last limo. Oh, another win for Johnny. You guys, he's killing it. That's 2 for 2, baby. It was worth that damn line. It did take hours, but the next thing on the menu, he's got to get the corsage. He's got to get all the flowers because he's a classic guy and he's been waiting a long time to court Suzie. So, he goes to the local florist, and Johnny, you know Johnny, he shops local. But goddammit, apparently everyone else in town does too, because there's a motherfucking line and it's around the building. He kind of gets a pit in his stomach because he doesn't know where to go, and he's got to have flowers for Suzie. This is it. This is his night. It's worth the line, he says to himself. I'm sure there will be something. So he waits, and he waits, and he waits. He gets through the entire line, gets to the counter, and he asks, because he'd already seen Susie's dress, she tweeted it to him. He asked, can we please have flowers with this kind of an arrangement? The answer is yes. It's the last batch of flowers in that arrangement. Again, worth the line. A hell of a line to wait in, but worth it. Oh my God. Okay, all right. Okay, so what's next? We've got the limo. I've got the flowers nailed down. Oh, hey, you know what? What do? We want to make sure we go to dinner beforehand. We need to make sure we get reservations. Okay, so he calls up the local place. It's nothing crazy. It's just some Italian restaurant, but it's the nicest thing they have in town. And he's like, okay, well, that'll probably have to do. I know that pasta's probably going to be heavy, but I want it to be nice. And if that's what it takes, that's what it takes. So, what does he do? He goes to the local place and he waits in line because he tried calling, but it was locked up. The lines were just totally busy. Hell of a line to wait in, but you know what? He gets in, and on the night of prom, somehow, through some saving grace, again, the last reservation at the restaurant. Oh my God, you guys, this is it. This is 3 for 3. It was worth all these lines. He got through them, and they were brutal, but he got through them. Wow. Okay, so the big night comes. Everything is flawless. They go in, they take pictures of the parents, and both moms, again, they were friends. They were both teary-eyed. This is their babies, and it's the match they've been trying to make for years, finally coming to fruition. They're in heaven. The kids, bashful, cute, it's wonderful. Everything is coming together. And you know what? It really is coming together. All Johnny's hard work, waiting in all those lines, it's all working out. You know what else? There's a DJ there. And Johnny knows Susie's favorite song. So when it comes time to dance, he actually makes a special effort to request a song that Susie loves. The thing is, though, he wasn't alone, because there's another line. And he waits, and he waits. Not terribly long, because again, he knows that Susie's waiting for him. He doesn't want to be separated from her for too much longer. They're here together, after all. So, what does he do? He waits in the line, again, one freaking line after another, but he's here. He gets the request in, and it's a slow dance song, because he knows he's going to be able to hold Susie tight, and everything's going perfectly. Their slow dance it's everything he could have asked for. It's perfect. She's beautiful. He feels confident for one of the first times, and he doesn't know how long. Everything is perfect. Afterward, she must have been feeling the same way, because she's actually a little choked up, and she says, Johnny, do you think you could give me some punch? And you know what? He's on cloud 9. He just, of course, Susie, I'll be right back. So he goes over to the punch table, and there's no punchline. Okay, joke. So, long time ago, long time ago, we're in queue right now. For those who just popped in, I'm telling a joke to pass some time, and I think you're gonna like it. So, long time ago, back when kings and queens ruled the world, realms and all that, lords and ladies and peasants, there was a king who ruled all, and he really only had 2 delights, and it was women and his favorite Jester. And one day the queen finds out about the king fucking around, and she's not happy about it. In fact, she's quite unhappy about it. She can't sleep, she can't eat, she's just having a bad time. So she says, damn it all, I'm gonna take something he likes from him, something that makes him happy. What does he like? What does he like? His Jester. So, she has him brought up into the schedule, and he's brought before the king and the queen the next day, and she's like, oh good, Jester, you're here. Guards, kill the Jester. And the king is like, whoa, this is my favorite Jester. This is my favorite Jester, because the king was, you know, he was a king, but he was a father. He had 20-something kids, and most of them were with the queen. The majority. Like, if you put all the women out there, the majority of the kids were with this queen, and, you know, and the rest, bastards, whatever. And he was a dad at heart. The Jester's speciality was puns. You know, the guy loved him, and this is the guy that had him. But that's neither here nor there. The king could not do without his Jester. It was the thing that brought him the second most enjoyment in life. And so he said, no, guard, stop. What? No. My darling wife, queen of my kingdom, what in the hell has gotten into you? You can't just kill my Jester. And she's like, yeah, I can, guards. And he's like, no. I think I know what this is about, and I beg you, pray, please, give the Jester an opportunity to redeem me. Let him. I'll tell you what. If he can make you laugh, and I know he can. The guy, he's pretty good. Gets me every time. If he can make you laugh, his life is spared. How does that sound? Huh? 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 Thinking to himself, he's so clever. He's gonna get a good laugh. He's gonna get her off his back, and the Jester stays alive. The Queen, with something of a wicked smirk crawling up her face, agrees to the terms. Very well. Sure. Dear husband, if your Jester can make me laugh, we spare his life. The King delighted. The Jester, listening to all this is happening in front of him, it's really happening to him, is not exactly pleased, but he's relieved he isn't going to be killed immediately. He's worried, and he's drug off to an office somewhere, given a quill and given a scroll of parchment to put together what will be his life's work. The pressure is on. The stress is high. His life literally hanging in the balance. He starts to go through his whole repertoire. He's sweating, he's thinking to himself, oh my god, what do I... Oh, actually, that's a really funny one. I like that one a lot. I like that joke, but I think with the, you know, thyself also movement, I think that it's probably a little uncouth to say it this time. You know, actually, that's a really good one. What am I worried about? I'm the best goddamn Jester there is. I think I got this in the bag. This is gonna be okay. Oh, that's a good one. I like that one. Oh, no, not that one. That one always kills at the hog's head, but I think not so much in front of royalty. He starts putting together his list. He starts with 16 really good jokes, and he's like, no, this needs to be a hit list. He brings it down to 14, down to 12. He cuts it all the way to 8, and he's like, no, I need to make sure some of this is landing. He brings it up to 10, and he's got his hit list. And it's just in time, too, because the guards show up. And they're like, Her Majesty the Queen wishes to see you. This is it. This is it, he says. Chin up, confidence, confidence. He goes out before his lord and lady. He clears his throat, and he fires off the first joke. It's incredible. It's wondrous. The guards are stifling laughter. These are pros. This is the real deal. And they can barely keep it together. The king he's just on this side of dying. He's laughing so hard. This was supposed to be a punch that cracked the ice. But it didn't crack the queen. Still, stone-faced and stern, she remained upright in her chair. Unshaken, unlaughing. Continues the Jester. Of course you didn't like that one. My lady is of too refined a palate. But don't worry, we've... well, here's the next one. He goes with number 2. Nothing. The king, wheezing, crawling on the floor, starts making his way toward the Jester, almost as if to beg him to stop. The third joke, the same thing. Nothing from the queen. The king hanging on to life. It's so funny. Number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7, the same thing. Number 8, the king hasn't been breathing for minutes, but he's still kind of gesturing as if he's alive. It's not looking good. The cleric comes and comes to see to the king, but the jokes don't stop because the queen, she's going to make good on her promise one way or another. The king is hauled off on joke number 9. Sweating bullets, the Jester gets a little doubt in his stomach, but he's not done yet. His final joke, what will be the thing that hangs him or sees him seeing another day, is about to pass through his lips, and he's all of a sudden ready, and the delivery is solid. The guards can't keep it together. They've moved past slapping knees. They've removed their helmets. They're gasping. They've dropped their pikes. They're just they're a mess. And the queen, A little smirk starts to grow in the corner of her mouth. The Jester. Elation doesn't describe it. Elation was the first millisecond of what he felt. This is euphoria. He did it. He made her laugh. She's not laughing. Is that all, fool? Demands the queen. What was elation has now sunk. Is that all you have to say? Are you quite finished? Swallowing stones. Yes, your grace. That's the last of my material. I hope that it was guards. She beckons to the guards who are now trying to pull it together, recognizing the tone of seriousness she carries. Behead the fool. They do. He's dead. Because though he made it through all of his jokes, trying to make the queen laugh, in the end, no pun intended,